Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Sheila Beela, and I'm coming to you with another review of Tyler Perry's Sistas Season 5, Episode 10. Yes, I am under the weather a little bit, but it's not too bad. I just don't need to start coughing, because if I start coughing, it's going to be real bad, and we don't need to be hearing all that. All right, so this is Season 5, Episode 10. Discretion is key, and it picks up where it left off. Oh, yeah, y'all. If y'all like it in my content, laugh a little bit, be like, little kiki, just go ahead and subscribe and press the like button. Help me go through the algorithm so more people can view my channel. All right, so it picks up where it left off, where Danny is talking to Sabrina. She's still in jail. She's still scared. She don't know how she got there. She's just trying to figure out her life right now. And so she just telling Danny, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. And Danny is just trying to comfort her and be like, it's going to be okay. We try and do everything we can to get you out. And so Sabrina is just like, well, what if? And Danny was like, don't go there. She was like, but what if I'm in here for 30 years? And she was like, well, they going to tell the truth. And she said, well, Maurice has to tell that we didn't do it. We didn't have anything to do with it. And she asked, have they talked to Maurice? And Danny told them no, but they're going to try to talk to him too. And so while they're talking, Danny begins to tell Sabrina about the guy that she used to date, Logan, and said that Logan is the one that pretty much got them in jail because of Q, which was the informant that, the whole wire thing. And Danny told Sabrina that he not budging. He just stuck. And she's just like, man, I didn't do it. She said she didn't do it. And they said, well, we know you didn't do it. And then she brings up the fact like, don't tell my mama because my mama's sick. She got diabetes, She's just real sick right now. And I'm not trying to put her in on this. And Danny brings up the fact that, okay, Calvin, he got $20,000. And Sabrina was like, yeah, so he think I'm innocent. Yeah, because he know this is some BS. And yeah, they both just like, yeah, but we trying to do everything we can, to get you out of here. Did y'all notice that Sabrina had her nails done? Sabrina had a full set of nails. Now, if they made her take out her fake hair, if you go to jail, don't they make you take off them fake nails too? I don't know. I ain't never been to jail. I ain't trying to go. But I'm thinking that if they gonna let you take out one thing that's fake, they gonna let you take out them nails too. But anyway, I guess you gotta be cute some type of way. So while they in there talking about how they gonna try to get her out and how they trying to, they gonna have to talk to Maurice, child, Andy done ran up in there real fast. Andy run up in there like she running for her life. She like, let's go, let's go, let's go. We gonna try to talk to you later. We gonna get you out. Don't worry about it. Let's go, let's go. Danny over there looking like, what you mean? We ain't gotta go nowhere. She said, girl, yes we do. We got to go. Child, what is this? Talking about, yes, we do. We got to go. And then Sabrina was like, no, wait, just hug me. I kind of felt bad for Sabrina. I was like, dang, she been in jail all this time. And it's the first time she get to see somebody that she know and that she love. And she can't even really spend no time with him like that because the other man out there, he just trying to really set her up because he mad at Andy. So Danny is just like, okay, we going to do what we going to do. So they run on up out of there. And then the police officer go in and go and get Sabrina. I said, oh, Sabrina, don't be sad. It's okay. They gonna get you out. So back over there at Karen's house, Aaron, he done went up and cooked her this pasta. Really, they ain't nothing but some spaghetti and some garlic bread toasted. And so, what is it? Toasted garlic bread, whatever it is. So they sitting over there eating, and she just like, oh, I ain't know you could cook this good. Normally you having takeout. And he was just like, yeah, he cooked. And then he asked her about the phone, did you find anything? And she was like, no. And then she looks at him and she's just like, why are you so patient? And he said, because I love you. And he said, love is patient. And then she just kind of looked at him like, oh boy, you sure know how to lay it on thick. And then she brings up the fact like she going to the hospital. Oh, she said that she was mad at him too. And he was just trying to figure out like, why you mad at me? She said, yeah, you know why I'm mad at you because the whole hospital thing. You sitting up here calling and checking up on me because the nurse woman or the whoever the lady is that work at the hospital telling all the Karen business to Aaron and he not supposed to be knowing all that. So he was like, he apologized for that. But I guess he was so anxious to figure out what she had going on. But anyway, so she go ahead and tell him, like, I'm going back. I made an appointment to go to the hospital. She going to do the whole ultrasound so she can just verify who this baby is. If it's his, if it's his. And he was like, yeah, do you want me to be there? She was like, nah, I got my girls with me. He said the sister circle. And she was like, yep, the sister circle can't be broken. I said, okay, girl, don't let the sister circle break up. And so he was just like, okay, cool, whatever. And he always want to be involved. He always want to be in all the business. And so he was asking her, so do you think, what time are your girls coming? She looks at her phone. She like, they should be here. And so he said, well, he gonna go ahead and clean up and everything. And so then he was like, oh, your mama about to call you. She looking at him like, how you know my mama about to call me? Child, because your mama just text me, so she about to call you in a minute. So then she end up picking up the phone. It's her mama. Yeah, mama. Uh-huh, he her. Uh-huh, he just cooked. Uh-huh. Okay, Baba. Okay, mama. So what y'all think about Aaron? Do y'all think he real legit? I was just sitting here thinking, I was like, well, I guess Tyler gonna really just make them a couple, because if Zach is moving on with his life, so I mean, only right that Karen move on with her life. She can't be a bitter Betty this whole time. I mean, and she said she don't know what love look like, so maybe Tyler gonna write Aaron just to be a good guy and be the love of her life. I don't know, but he do too much. He's so obsessive. Anyway, so you got Andy and Danny, they in the car. They upset because they had to leave the way that they live. And Danny's just like, this some BS. I can't believe that he acting like this. And Andy trying to tell Danny, well, he got a vendetta against me because I beat him in this case against his wife. And Danny said, you must have beat him real bad. She was like, girl, yeah, I beat him. And he's still upset about it, so he gonna try to take it out on Sabrina. And she was like, dang, this some mess, this some BS or whatever. And so she said, I need to go by the weed man. I need to go to the weed man right now. And then here go Andy talking about, so we're not gonna go to the, what she said, weed dispensary or weed facility. Child, Danny looked at her like, girl, if you don't shut up just because you riding around the Rolls Royce, you gonna try to act like you ain't never bought no weed. She said, well, I ain't never bought no weed. I just got the weed that you gave me. I just get it from you. And she said she ain't going by no no weed facility. And so Danny just like, okay, well, since we ain't doing this, let me go ahead and get my gummies. And so while she trying to get the gummy, she said, you want some? She said, no, I will not. And then Danny gonna say, well, I'll just take some for you. She said, nope, I will not. Girl, you ain't gotta take no gummy. She said she gonna take them for you, not you eating them. And that's when Andy was just like, okay, whatever. So they just trying to figure out their life. They on their way over to Karen's house to see what's going on with them. So I guess that was the gist of that conversation. I probably missed some, but I don't know. I'm not feeling good. But anyway, so Fatima, she over back at home and she's sitting on the couch. I said Fatima is really blending in with this furniture and with the decor on, with the red on. So Zach come in and he just looking at her, ask her why she still got her work suit on. And Fatima just like, I'm upset right now. We need to talk. And he like, oh my God, what we need to talk about? I don't want to talk about Karen right now. She said, well, it's not about Karen. It's about, your other. Well, first she started saying, well, she talked to her other friend. I believe her friend is a lawyer or some sort. And Fatima was telling Zach, all this money you got, this house you got, these properties you got. And the baby mamas, they could hit you real hard. It could be real bad for you because you have so much. They could sue you for so much. And he was just like, yeah, I've been thinking about that. And then she proceeds to talk about, we finna get married, but maybe we should hold out on the wedding. And he like, dang, we ain't even been talking about the wedding, so I don't even know where it's coming from. And she was just like, well, I don't know, because Atlanta is one of those states when we married was your dad is my dad and all that. And Fatima right now, sure won't take on that. He like, well, you got student loans. She said, well, yeah, but my student loans almost paid off. You got two baby mamas. And questionable at that. You know what I'm saying? So then she talks about Hayden. Talking about, yeah, I found out that Hayden is working with Heather and they coming for you. They coming for you. And Zach is like, dang, I mean, and why is he always in stuff? And Fatima like, you know what, I should have just handled him when I should have. And Zach just like, well, what do you why do you always say that? What your can what do you say? What your gangster cousin? He or she always gonna handle stuff? And she was like, yeah. And Zach like, God dog, can I meet this woman? Everybody talking about this woman. And everybody pretty much done met the woman but Zach. But anyway, but Zach, you did meet her. Remember y'all was in the movie together, The Fumble? Anyway, what is it, Christmas Fumble? But anyway, so she just like, well, yeah, but we gonna have to figure that out. So Zach, he looking around, sniffing the air, sniffing the air. He's talking about, do you smell that? Do you smell that? And I'm thinking like maybe the neighbor burning up something. I don't know. But he talking about he don't smell no food cooking. She looking at him like, brother, you weren't supposed to be taking me out to eat. He was like, I sure was. And so he said, well, you don't want to marry me. You don't want to cook for me. I mean, what? And then she said, well, I get up, I cook for you. Don't even worry about it. I'm a cook, I'm a clean. So she get up and she go cook, and he talking about he love to see her walk away or something. I don't know, but I guess she was looking good in her clothes and he liked to look at her. And that's how that went. So back over there at Karen's house, the girls, they out. Well, before the girls got there, Aaron, he was there. And they was kind of chit-chatting a little bit, Aaron and Karen. And so while they were talking, the girls walk in. And so Aaron, he kind of stand up and he look, and everybody kind of chit-chatting a little bit. And he said he about to get ready to leave. And then he said, yeah, I'm glad you about to leave because I need to drink. I need to smoke. I need to, clear my mind. I need to get myself together. He was like, well, you can't be smoking in here. And she like, why? And he said, cause she pregnant. That smoke ain't good for the baby. I said, girl, if he ain't gonna be your shield and your sword and shield and knight and armor, I don't know who gonna be. So what you gonna do, Karen? You gonna be with this man or not? Cause you might as well make it official, child. He act like he ain't leaving. And then when Karen did ask him, so like, what you gonna do if this ain't his baby? She said, he said, I'm gonna stick beside her, so he ain't going nowhere. And did he not say too that he done been in this situation before? I don't know if I caught that right. I don't know, but it seemed like he said, because when she asked, what if it ain't your baby? He was just like, well, I've been there before or something. I don't know. So pretty much, he gonna stick beside her. He love her dirty draws. He ain't going nowhere. He don't mind raising another man's baby. Child, he a unicorn. Just keep him and call it a day and do whatever you gonna do. So, like he said earlier, you can't be smoking in here. And she said, okay, whatever. So he ended up leaving. So the girls, they come in, they sit down, they just, and she just like, okay, so where's Sabrina at? Where Brina? And she said, well, let me call her real quick. And they was like, no, 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 don't call her, whatever. And so they asked how she was doing, how Karen doing. And Karen's like, well, I'm fine. I feel real, real good. I feel better than I did before. And so Danny like, so since you feeling good, your life ain't feeling threatened. You ain't threatening no miscarriages right now. She just feel like she just finna go ahead and tell her what's going on. But Andy over there is trying to shush her, like, shh. And I'm like, Andy, why is you shushing this girl? And Karen see you shushing her. You weren't even being discreet. You like, shh. It ain't even like a salad. Shh. You shh. But anyway, I don't know. But anyway, so Danny's just like, you know what, Sabrina in jail. And Karen is like, what? She said, yeah, she in jail. They talking about she done robbed the bank. Sabrina ain't did that. We know she ain't did that. Then they like clank clank. We know. But she said, it's a mess. We gonna try to get her out. And then the thing about it is too, everybody looking for Andy. I know Andy is a lawyer, right? But Andy already said she not no criminal lawyer. So everybody pretty much looking at Andy to handle this situation, but Andy really can't handle it like they think. So I was like, dang, y'all putting a little bit too much pressure on Andy. Because she's like, Andy, what you gonna do, Andy? And Andy just like, I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying to do my best. And so while they was sitting there talking, and then she brings up the fact that, did she bring up Gary yet? I'm trying to think. Because I know they were talking about her and Robin. He probably could help. And she said she ain't talking to Robin right now because Robin on some mess. You know what I'm saying? Robin said he ain't helping with the whole Sabrina thing. And so they was just like, dang, like, what we gonna do? Or whatever. And they was like, don't call her mama because you're going to stress her mama out, which is Sabrina mama. Don't call her mama. You're going to stress her out. And then, was there, what else happened in this? Yeah, but I think that was it. Sabrina, Andi ended up getting a phone call. And at first, Andi wasn't going to answer the phone, but they was like, nah, girl, you better answer that phone. You know what I'm saying? And so after all of that, she get up, she gonna answer the phone, and then yeah, she go outside. And so she talking to Robin. I actually thought Robin looked really nice in this picture. I don't know, it's because his hair was out, it wasn't laid down. I don't know, but I thought he actually looked nice in this picture. And so he got on the phone with Andi and he's just like, this is about business. And she like, oh, okay, what's the business? Then he said, nah, it ain't about business. I just want to talk to you. And she like, no, I don't want to talk to you. And then he brings up the fact that I make it help get your friend out. And she was like, what? I tried everything and ain't nothing working. And he said, no, but I got contacts. And then that's when she had told him too, like the attorney, he is gunning for her and he's really making it hard. And Robin is just saying, well, I can get in contact with his boss and they can really help you out. And she said, okay, well, whatever. And he was like, dang, Andi, you gonna do me like that? And she was just like, well, yeah, I mean, we'll see what we could do. If you could help, I mean, that's cool or whatever. And so they end up getting out the phone, but her phone ended up beeping, like beep, 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 ring, ring, ring. And okay, well, I got to get ready to go. All right, bye. So as she is clicking off the phone with Robin, here go Gary. Gary, hey, what's up? Can I see you tonight? And she just like, well, every time you say you want to see me, it be you say you want to see me for a short time, it ends up being all night. And he was like, yeah, I just want to see you. I want to see you or whatever. She was just like, okay, well, I can meet up with you in an hour. I want you on my bed. I want you butt naked and laying on my bed waiting for me. And he was like, I bet I'm finna leave right now. And so in my head, I was thinking, I was like, Andi, you need to check your phone and make sure you done hung up. Because there have been plenty of times where I would accidentally merge somebody in on a phone call when I thought I was getting off the phone. And then all of a sudden I hear another voice. I'm like, who is all these voices? Child, they ain't in my head. They on this phone. And so I'm like, Andi, did the phone hang up? This is what I'm thinking in my head. But since ain't nobody said nothing, ain't nobody said hello, ain't nobody said nothing, I'm thinking we all good, we all gravy. So she get out the phone, she living her best life, she smiling, she happy. She said, yeah, I got Robin on my side now, and I got my man Gary. Child, I'm about to leave it up. But so she think. We'll get on through the episode right there. So Gary, he ends up, he getting out the phone. He telling Aaron, hey, y'all, I'm about to go. So while he was on the phone, Zach comes up with, he about to play basketball too. So now it's Zach, Aaron, and Gary. So Gary like, hey, I'm about to get ready to go. And he was talking to Aaron. And so Aaron said, what you leaving for? And Gary said, I got a hot date. Tell me, what's the dude name? They being funny. It ain't no dude, whatever. So he about to get ready to leave, and he sees Zach. He like, all right, what's up, Zach? Zach said, man, don't talk to me. I don't even want to talk to you. And so he was just like, all right, then. Well, all right, Zach. Why they playing with Zach? Zach said, dude, didn't I tell you? So Gary gone on about his life because he happy. He about to go see his girl. And now you have Aaron and Zach. Aaron like, look, Zach, we need to, be on the same page. He was like, no, I don't want to be cool with you. I don't even like you. And I don't even want you on my team. And while he's sitting over here giving Aaron the third degree about him not being on the team, and then the little Ninja Turtle walk up, Hayden. And I'm like, yeah, dog, Hayden, how in the world do you just show up in these places? Nobody likes you. Nobody likes the Teenage Mutant Ninja, the turtle, like nobody. So you just keep popping up. Every time I turn around, you there. Come on. And so Zach is really over it. He was like, no, I'm not doing this today. And so Why is that calling Hayden? He talking about, yeah, hating. He said, no, it's Hayden. He said, hating. I know what you trying to do. You trying to get me locked up. So Hayden like, yep, you gonna get locked up, cause you already know what's going on. I'm taking you for everything you got. You a convict. I ain't trying to be on the basketball court with no convict. And Zach is just like, what is your problem, bro? What is your problem? I know what you want, but I'm not gonna give it to you. He said, you know what, you were Karen. That's what you are. You were Karen. And then this bubblehead dude over here, Aaron, talking about what you say about Karen? I said, oh my God. He not even talking about your Karen, Aaron. Yeah, dog. What you say about Zach is just like, I'm trying not to cough. I can't do too much. I can't put too much air in my throat because it's gonna make it start want to be itchy. So he like, look, I'm done with both of y'all. Both of y'all really got me messed up. And so while he's about to leave and walk away, Hayden, he said something else like, yep, you about to go to jail and all this stuff. So Zach comes right back and he said, so you ain't learned, really? He said, I could beat you up, I could whoop you. Don't act like I can't. Remember what happened at the office when you was like, oh, Zach, oh, get off me, whatever. Because he was beating you up. And so Hayden, he talk his noise and he go ahead and he leave. And so Hayden get into it with Aaron too, because Aaron was like, man, you need to calm down. I want everybody to have peace. And then Hayden like, dude, I don't even know you, bro. Back up on me. I don't even know you, bro. I said, Hayden, you getting into it with everybody. Hayden ain't got no friends. The friends he thought he had ain't even his friends. Gary is not Hayden friends. I don't know what Hayden got going on. So Hayden ends up leaving. And then Aaron and Zach, they continue to talk some more. And so Aaron pretty much like, dude, we gotta work together since we, pretty much we gonna have to work together. He was like, dude, I don't have to do nothing with you. And um Zach Zach tells Aaron, he said, what he said, you I don't like you. And he said, but you a nice guy. And then I start to like you. And then I hate that I even start to like you. I said, what is going on with this riddle? And it's funny because even Karen said the same thing. She was like, I hate that I'm really starting to like you, because she said, I really don't like you. But I guess Aaron is the type of person, he just be so nice all the time. You can't help but to like the nice person. Even though you think he got some underlying agendas, it's hard to not like somebody that's just nice. And so I guess that's just what Zach is saying. Like, I don't like you, but you just real nice. And then I start to like you even more. And I'm hating that I'm hating that I like you. And so Aaron looking at him like, what does that mean? He said, you know what? I'm finna go. And then Zach walking off with his bag, and Aaron talking about, you need to let the love you need to let the love in, brother. Zach like, why he take off running across the why Zach take off running across that park, going into his car? I said, Zach just need to go scream somewhere. He need to go into an open field and just scream and let all his frustrations out. Because he can't get it at home, child. He can't get it in the office because Bryce over there trying to make passes at him. But I guess they friends now. Anyway. And now he can't even go to the basketball park and that boy got to vent somewhere. Give Zach some venting spaces. All right. So now they back over there at Karen's house. And while Andi was outside talking to her two boos, they come in. And so she overhears Andi, she overhears Danni and Karen talk. And so Danni giving Karen a lowdown. Like, yeah, she was, excuse me, like, yeah, she back with Gary and doing this and all this stuff, right? So Karen sit down, she like, no, excuse me, Andi sit down, she's just like, so what y'all talking about? Y'all want to sit up here and talk about me? Okay. And so Karen like, so what you doing? What you doing? And so you still seeing Gary? Why? And then Sabrina is like, so she won't sue him. So she won't sue her. And she was like, dang. And so Andi like, you want to talk about me? Let's talk about you. Why you inviting random strays in your house and they spitting on you? And Karen like, what? That dude spat on you? And she was just like, yeah. And, he beat women and this. And that's when Andi was like, checkmate. And I'm like, yeah, dog. And so she was like, yeah. And I tried to kill him. I ran him over with my car. And so then that's when Danny was like, checkmate. And then she was like, touche. Because it's just a simple fact that now they telling each other business. I guess since Karen ain't been around, they had to catch her up. And Karen like, so now y'all want to talk about she said all this stuff has been happening. If I was around, this stuff wouldn't have been happening. They said, you right, it probably wouldn't have been happening. And so that's when they talk about this is when Karen says, well, I want y'all to come with me. Well, first she says she's going to get her ultrasound so she could really pinpoint who the father could be. And that's when, Sabrina, Danny was like, it could either be, the boy or the other boy. She was like, yeah. And so she looks at Andi and she says, Andi, I really want you to be there with me. And then she looks at Danny and she says, Danny, I want you there with me too. And she was like, no, you don't. She said, yes, I do. And she said, really? She said, why? She said, because I really want you there. She said, so are you not afraid that you're going to hear something that you don't want to hear? And she was just like, well, I believe you'll be all right. So she was just like, okay, okay. And then, hold on, I think I skipped a part because when they was talking about, oh boy, spitting on her and stuff, and then she said, Danny was like, and my girl Fatima, she had my back. And Karen is just like, your girl Fatima, hold on, when did she become your girl? And she said, I mean, if she wasn't dating Zach, y'all already know that she'll be in the sister circle. Cause she cool people. She cool as cold ice water. And she looked at Karen, she was like, I hope you're not upset. And she was just like, well, I'm not upset. And that's when they looked at her like, for real? She was like, yeah. And then she talks about the whole thing when her mama gave her the pieces of, told her to write everything down. And then she get everything off her chest. And she said that actually made her feel better. And they was like, oh, okay, so you knew and improved, Karen. She was just like, well, I'm not all the way there, but she's handling things differently since she's been able to free a lot of stuff off of her heart and off her mind. And so they was just like, okay, cool, whatever. So they start to talk some more, whatever, and then they got to get up and leave. Everybody, Andi got to go see her man Gary, and what's her name? Got to go see Preston. So they end up leaving. All right, so now I'm so happy a little bit because I'm finally glad that Preston and Danny were able to have an adult conversation. Because at first it started off like, are we going back through this again? Are we really? You know what I'm saying? So when she pulled up out of that beautiful Rolls Royce, Preston is like, why we gotta meet outside? Why we can't go in your house? She was like, I don't want you in my house. He was like, for real, Danny? Really? And she just said, I want to just talk to you. I want to just talk to you outside. Can we do that? And so she was like, well, you got here pretty quick. He said, well, it was only a flight away. And she was just like, oh, okay. And then he was just like, Danny, tell me, what do you want? Tell me how to love you. And then Danny was trying to do that whole runaround stuff. He was like, no, I'm not talking about all of that. I know how to love a woman. I need to know about you, Danny. Tell me what is up with you, how to love you. And then she starts to say, sometimes, I want to be in a relationship and sometimes I don't. She said, sometimes I want to be in love and sometimes I don't. And then she said, sometime I want to have a hot girl summer. He was just like, you know what? I was with you up until the part you said the hot girl summer. He said, maybe I should look that up in the Urban Dictionary. She was like, no. Because if a hot girl summer leading up to be me getting spit on and beat up on, don't nobody need to have no hot girl summer because that's some hot girl mess. And so he was just like, she said, no, don't worry about all that or whatever. And then she asked him about, did you go see old girl? And he was just like, I saw her, but I didn't propose to her. Because he want to be there with you then. He want to be with you. And so they sat outside and then they talked a little bit and they came to an understanding. And Danny actually seemed as if she was genuinely happy because she said to Preston, talking about, why do you always pressure me? And he said, I'm not trying to pressure you. I just can't stop thinking about you. You ain't even got to be my girlfriend. I just want to know your name. And maybe sometime we can hook up, hang out, and just chill. Oh. Anyway, y'all know there's music soul, child. Child, don't sleep on it. Anyway, so he was just like, no pressure. I'm just trying to be whatever you want. Whatever you want, let me be what you want. And so, they hold hands and they look in each other's eyes. And she was just like, can I go inside? And she was just like, yes. And I'm like, Danny, about time. Bring a real man in your house that got good intentions for you. And then you standing up outside with them heels on. I know your feet hurt. Yeah, dog. So they go in the house and they walking into the apartment. All right. So Karen is back at home and she's checking up on her shop. She calls Pam and she like, hey Pam, what's going on? You at the shop, you got everything locked up. So Pam in there with some random dude. He talking about, yeah, we locked everything up. I'm like, who is this guy? And why is he in there? And Kira, like, don't be in there having sex on my desk. Like, don't be in there being nasty. And she said, I'm coming up there. Pam, like, you ain't got to come up here. She said, no, I'm coming up there. No, you don't have to come up there. And then she said, well, answer your phone. She talking about, why I got to answer my phone? I'm on the phone. She said, no, I'm finna FaceTime you. Pam, like, I don't want you to FaceTime me. She said, no, because I know you want some mess. I'm finna FaceTime you. And she said, I'm coming up there. And then here go Pam. I'm finna call your mama. That's what got Karen to get off of her. She was like, you know what? Just make sure all my stuff is locked up. You know what I'm saying? Did you unplug all the curling irons? Did you do all this? She said, yes, girl. I know what I'm doing. I know how to lock stuff up. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I was like, well, dang, Pam been there this whole time locking up stuff. Why all of a sudden now will she have to be double checked, triple checked to do her job? Shouldn't she know how to do this? But I guess that's me overthinking. That's me thinking too soon. Because as soon as I'm thinking that Pam know what she doing, no. It's going to be a whole hot flat iron, curling iron right there. And child, I hope the shop just don't burn up. If it do, I hope Karen got some good insurance because she going to need it. All right. So while she was on the phone talking to Pam about locking up her shop, Aaron comes back over to the house. I said, Aaron don't never go home. Aaron is finna move in with Karen. Child, he gonna make sure he take care of that girl. So she telling Aaron, I'm about to get ready to go. I got to go up to the shop. He was like, no, you don't need to go up to the shop. Pam, she know what she doing. She know what she doing. Oh, you know what? I forgot to say. I gotta go back. When Preston was talking to Danny said something to the effect of Preston about being something about him being a big boy. And I love when Preston was like, Danny, you know I'm a big boy. I said, ooh, Danny, you know he a big boy. Danny kind of smiled. But anyway, girl, I don't know why my mind just jumped back to that. So back over and over here. So Aaron just like, don't worry about it. Pam got it. She can do it. She can do it. And so Karen is her intuition. She just like, no, I need to go check on my shop. I need to make sure that everything is off. Everything is locked up. And Aaron said, well, I'll go over there and make sure everything is done. And Karen is like, you don't even know the lock code. He said, well, you could tell me what the lock code is or whatever. He said, if I'm just going to go back here, I'll rub you down, rub your feet, rub your back. And if you really need to go up there, then, he'll just go, or you could just go then. And she said, okay. So back over at Andy's house, Andi is happy. Andi walk into her house. She like, Gary. So Gary, he's just sitting over there in a little chair, and he looking up at Andi. And Andi is just like, so, you know what I'm saying? What you waiting on? You ready for me to tell you what to do? And cause she's talking about she gonna give him all the instructions. And so Gary looking at her like, nah, we can't do that right now. And she was like, why? And then the camera pans out, and doggone Big Aaron over there on the couch. I was like, who let him in? She like, what? What are you doing here? That's the same thing I said. Then I thought about it. I said, Karen, really? Excuse me. I said, child, because I'm like, Andi, so you didn't click your phone. You didn't make sure that your two-way was hung up and it was a one-way. And this is what happens. You got this big old man sitting over here on your couch, and then you got this other big old man sitting over here in your chair. So how you gonna do this? And who let him up? I thought you said you was just letting the concierge let one person up, let alone two. But anyway, child, dun dun dun. That's it. So anyway, y'all, this is Tyler Perry's Sistas Season 5, Episode 10. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I know I forgot a whole bunch of stuff. Charge to my head and not my heart. Remember, Jesus loves y'all. Y'all have a great day. And also, so what y'all think gonna happen? How y'all think Andi gonna get these people out her house? Because when they showed the preview for next week, Gary was the only person there. So what happened? I mean, anyway. Y'all, yeah. So anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all have a great day. Bye. And do y'all think that Karen shop gonna get burnt up? I don't know. I hope not. Anyway, bye y'all.